सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। समस्तजनकल्याणे निगतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। We have seen the first 7 verses and we will chant those. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Muramate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrinkarane. Mudhajahi Dhanagama Trishna, Guru Sadbuddhim Manasi Krishna, Yallabhase Nijakarmo Patam, Vittam Tena Vinodaya Chittam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Muramate. Nari Sanabharanabhivesham, Drishva Magamohavesham, Ekanma Savasadivicaram, Manasi Chintaya Varam Varam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Muramate. Nalini Dalagata Jalamahitaradam, Tadvajjivitam Atishaya Chaparam, Vidvidyadadimandrastam, Lokam Shokahatam Jasamastam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Muramate. Yavat-vito Bhajana Sattha, Tavan Nija Parivaro Ratta, Pascha Jivati Jar Jar Dehe, Vata Gopina Prachati Gehe. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Muramate. Yavat Pavano Nilasati Dehe, Tavat Prachati Kushalam Yehe. Gatavati Vayo Deha Aye, Bharya Vidyati Tasmin Kaye. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Muramate. Balastavat Krida Shaktah, Tarunastavat Taruni Sattah, Vriddhastavat Chinta Sattah, Parame Brahmani Kopina Sattah. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Muramate. So we've seen the tendency to get attached. That does not go. Only the object of attachment keeps changing to childhood, youth and adulthood. Now this attachment also happens because of moha, illusion we saw. One of the ways to get out of attachment is to think rightly. Because any attachment is only a wrong pattern of thought. I have created a wrong equation in my mind and I have repeated that over and over again. Now it has become an attachment. So wrong pattern of thinking is what is called as attachment. So one has to come back to right thinking. Where I think there is happiness, I have made an equation and I have brooded over that, and that is how the attachment has been formed. So to undo an attachment, what we have to do is to think in the right way. Vichara is the solution for moha. And so the 8th verse tells us about that. That how one should think, and in this context it is about a relationship, because the relationships are the most powerful attachment that we have. And in that the relationship with the nearest ones, the spouse, the child. And so one has to think on that. 8th verse we take up today. Kate kanta kaste putraha Kate kanta kaste putraha Samsaro yamativa vichitraha Samsaro yamativa vichitraha Kasya tvam kaha kuta ayataha Kasya tvam kaha kuta ayataha Tattvam chintaya tadiha bhrataha Tattvam chintaya tadiha bhrataha Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mohamate. Together. Kate kanta kaste putraha Samsaro yamativa vichitraha Kasya tvam kaha kuta ayataha Tattvam chintaya tadiha bhrataha Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mohamate. So it says, inquire, Kate Kanta, who is your wife? Kaste Putra, who is your son? Samsaroyam ativa vichitra. This samsara is very strange. Kasya tvam, to whom do you belong? Kaha, and who are you? Kuta ayataha, from where have you come? Tattvam chintaya. In this way, inquire into the essence. And when, not later, iha, tadiha, right now. Bhrataha, oh dear brother. So till 7th verse it was Mudhamati, oh deluded fool. Now it is Bhrata, oh dear brother, please inquire. What to inquire? Swamiji, that is what I have been inquiring. Who is this wife? Who are these children? I get stuck in this samsara. That inquiry is not out of frustration. Inquiry is to think in the right way. That from where have they come? I am calling them my wife, my children, I got so attached to them. I didn't know them some years ago. And suddenly now I have become so attached that I can't live without them. And because of that attachment, I compromise with the truth. The entire energy is spent in that relationship. And one forgets what is that ultimate truth. On this I don't want to speak more because there is a very nice commentary of Gurudev on this. And since tomorrow Guru Poornima is there, we thought let us see Gurudev. And this is our new TV, so we are inaugurating the new TV with the talk of Gurudev.
Chinmaya what can I do about it? This is the nature of the society or the life. It's a nature. It's a human nature. In every part of the world. It's not in India only. Everywhere. Humanity. This is the nature. Then what am I to do? Start thinking. You have been given an intelligence, a buddhi. Use it. Hey, but there is no time. Time is not necessary. You need not sit down in a quiet room and think. As you are moving about, think. Your wasteful hours, you start thinking. What should I think? Kade Kanda. Who is this wife of yours? Kaste Putra. Who is this son of yours? Think. Swamiji, that I have been thinking for some time. Who is this wife? Who is the son? Throw them away. That is not the thing. Kade Kanda. Who is this wife of mine? Think. Where did she come? Ah, Swamiji, her father's place. Very good. When you were born, generally in India, your wife is not born. In America, the wife is already married when you are born. But in India, generally, when I was born, my wife was not yet born. It was an accident or a happening that much later after my birth, a child is born. Where? To its mother and father. Right. And it was growing, unknown to me, in a far-off place. It was growing. Until my uncle and her uncle met together in a temple. You see, but the proposal came, my parents accepted, and I have no voice in it, and there you are. I have been brought to a pandal on an appointed day, and I have been fed plenty, given a new suit, and everything is given. So I didn't want lalich for it, so I don't want to protest against it. And having accepted all these things, then to say no is too late. She also has given new sarees, clothes and the ornaments and all that. She also cannot say a word. Both of them are brought into the pandal, and there any intelligent man would have ran away. You are not allowed to think. Therefore, band and the pep goes on around you. That even if you want to think, you can't think. So noisy. And all the parivar, your family, their family, stand around you like an iron fencing. You can't run away. So then you postpone, until at last the Pandit says, now you are married. This is how the trick happens. You can. Thereafter, she became my wife. But where is she? Think. Kade Kanda, from where does she come? Who is she? She is the daughter of her father. Where did the father get it? Through the mother. Where did the mother get it? Oh, that is, a seed was placed in that and then it grew up. Very good. Where did mother get the seed? Oh, mother gets the seed. Sorry, what a silly question you are asking. Father gave it. Where did the father get the seed? Father gets the seed. Australia. From New Zealand. From Europe. By post, some seeds came and then he said, Amma, le lo, acha seed laya. What? No! Father got the seed out of the essence of the food that he has eaten and digested and assimilated. Where did the food come from? I don't know where the food comes from, but it comes from the kitchen. In the kitchen, where did it? A mother cooked it. Out of what? Out of the vegetables. Where did the vegetable come? Daddy Swamiji unnecessarily questioning. Vegetable comes from the farm. In the farm, who makes the vegetables? The farmer. Oh, the farmer sits down the whole night and day and makes the vegetables. No, Swamiji, it is growing on the ground. Very good. It is grown on the plant. But then where does the plant grow? On the earth. Why does it grow so beautifully? Manure. What is a manure? Cow dung. I see. So it is the long chemistry, involved chemistry, that the cow dung became the vegetable. The vegetable became food. Food became seed. That seed was placed in the warm security of the mother's womb, and out of that came my wife. I see. So my wife is a modification of understood. Kate putra. And who is your putra? When I analyze, putra also came through me, no doubt. From where? Another clog of mud. Samsaroyam ativa vichitra. To the thoughtless alone, samsari. It cannot be to a thinking man, because it is both, in fact, nothing but two pieces of mud. Manifest, no doubt. It has gone through many changes until at last it became my wife, the mother of my child. But for the sake of his wife and my son, you are compromising yourself. Two pieces of clay. Samsaroya ativa vichitra. Mysterious is the ways of confusion created in the pluralistic world. Kasyatva. Chalo, wife and Swamiji, it's all right, wife is a piece of clay, and the son also a piece of clay, I don't mind. But it is my duty to look after him. Kasyatva. From where did you come, my dear? And I inquired. I also came from another piece of clay. So the three pieces of clay, and they say that I am attached to each other. And I can't get any freedom. Kasyatvam kuta ayadaha. From where did all you came from? You were not here 100 years ago. Certainly you are not going to be here in another 50 years. Where are you going? Where did you come from? That I don't know, but one thing I know, yes, I can't live without my wife. I am attached to my children. And for their sake, I am cutting the throat of everybody. Kasyatva. Kutayara. Tattvam. This reality. Chindaya. Think. You have been given this instrument. Why don't you use? Tattvam chindaya. Tadiha. Don't postpone it. Iha. Here. Now. Start thinking. Brataha. Oh, my dear brother. That is not Shankara standing on a pulpit and saying that thou fools thank. No. He is coming down from his height, standing next to you, throwing his hand round your shoulders, offering you a beedi, and then saying, Tattvam Jindaya, Bhai Sahab, brother, brataha, oh Bhai Sahab, dara vichar kar. Think a little. Since these were not printed at that time, it was going from mouth to the ears, ears to the mouth, mouth to the ears. It is communicated. Therefore, there are very many analogous words sounding the same, and some of them are so beautiful. In some of the editions you will find Tattvam Chindaya. Think of the reality. Tadiha, here itself. Brandaha. Brandaha, oh man, crack. See, Brandaha, when your third generation came, it's called Brandaha. I mean, okay. But both of them are applicable. Hey Brandaha, oh, I mean, a crazy fellow. Think about the reality, the spring of all life, the one source from which everything is emerging out. Tadiha Brada.
Don't go and tell this at your home. You are a piece of clay. He is a piece of clay. He is a piece of clay. Then they will not allow you to come here. It's meant to think. You know, Gurudev used to say that if you look at the world from your heart, you only cry. If you look at it from the head, it is a comedy, you keep laughing. The song, purely intellectual standpoint, what he said is what applies. It is all modification of mud. And one day this again goes back to mud. So what is the truth? That's why he says, inquire into the essence, the reality, that what is my true essence? From where did I come? Am I just this bundle of 5 elements? What is my truth? The one who starts inquiring. In Panchadashi there is a nice line. Panchadashi is a book written by Vidyaranya Swami. He was a very great patriotic saint. We also did an Upanishad episode on him. So he revived a lot of culture in South, and he also did a lot of spiritual work, and he became a Shankaracharya also of Sri Gedi Math. So he wrote this book Panchadashi. It is the first book of Vedanta that one studies, traditionally, up there in the north, in the Himalayas. So in that one line he writes is, Vicharam na sahate maya, that maya cannot bear inquiry. So when you actually start inquiring, this was just one example. You can inquire like that into anything, into the sense object, into the relationships, into the things that I seek, into the success that I want. What exactly is that? The true essence of that when we start seeking. So vicharam na sahate maya. Maya cannot bear inquiry. It is only in lack of inquiry that all kinds of confusions, delusions, wrong notions, they survive in our head and then they run riot. So more one inquires that who am I actually? Who are these people whom I am calling mine? Just imagine if Dhritarashtra had done that inquiry, the whole Mahabharata war would not have happened. But so much attachment to his son. Destroyed his son also, destroyed so many people. So that way the attachment and the confusion stays only because one doesn't inquire. Now how do I inquire? It is not very easy to inquire on one's own. That's why that satsang is required. And so the next verse is again a very famous verse of Bhaja Govindam. In this there is a ladder which is given. 4 steps. First step is Jivan Mukti, the last step is first step is Satsang, the last step is Jivan Mukti. Very beautiful verse, 9th one. Satsangatve nisangatvam
Satsangatve nisangatvam
Nisangatve nirmohatvam
Nisangatve nirmohatvam
Nirmohatve nishchalatatvam
Nirmohatve nishchalatatvam
Nishchalatatve jivan mukti
Nishchalatatve jivan mukti
Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudamate Satsangatve nisangatvam Nisangatve nirmohatvam Nirmohatve nishchalatatvam Nishchalatatve jivan mukti Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. This verse, if you can, not if you can, you should memorize actually. It's a very nice verse. You can keep remembering this again and again. So next class when we meet, 9th verse. Verse number 9, Satsangatve Nisangatvam. Let us memorize and come. So what does it say? Satsangatve nissangatvam. Through satsang, one attains detachment. Nissangatve nirmohatvam. Through detachment comes freedom from delusion. Nirmohatve nischalatatvam. When delusions go away, the mind becomes steady, equanimous. Nirmohatve nischalatatvam. Nischalatatve jivan mukti. When the mind becomes equanimous, one attains jivan mukti or freedom. It is a simple meaning. So what is the meaning of satsang? Company of good people. What is?
Thinking about the Lord, singing the glory of God.
So Sat ka sang, and Sat is the Lord, so thinking about the glory of the Lord. What else?
Search of truth.
Search of truth. Company of the truth. Yeah. So satsang has many meanings. First is company of the truth. To know who I am, that is satsang. Second is the company of people who have known this truth. So realize this truth. They are the ones who have awakened to that absolute truth. So to have a company of such masters, to be in the company of such masters and to participate is satsang. We will see Gurudev's talk also on this. It is not just company of people, but it is active participation. So when there is a satsang happening, I actively participate, involve myself through my thinking process, and slowly I change my wrong notions by actively contributing, assimilating, accepting, changing my thought process. It is an active participation. So one is the company of the truth, company of realized masters. If we can't find realized masters, company of seekers, those who are walking the path, those who are trying to discover their own self in and through all the activities and duties of life. So, company of such people, seekers. Sat also means that which is positive. So always to keep the mind positive is also called satsang. Dussanga is the opposite of satsang. So dussanga means bad company. And dussanga also is negative thoughts. So satsang means company of the positive. Always to be in the company of positive people, to be in the company of positive thoughts. And sang has a lot of impact. Jaisa sang, vaisa rang, jaisa rang, vaisa rang. That is the way it proceeds. And as the sang is, so is the color of the mind, rang. As the rang is, so is the character and the actions, rang. So satsang also means company of positive thoughts. And dussanga is bad company or negative company. Also satsang means anything that helps me to know the truth. The company of that. So it can be books, it can be CDs, it can be videos, it can be channels. All these constitute satsang. And remember one thing, that satsang comes to us only by grace of the Lord. It does not come otherwise. Our punya has to be there, no doubt, but major factor is the grace of the Lord. So Tulsidas says that in the Ramayana, Vinu satsanga vivekana hoi, Ram kripa vinu sulabhana se. Without satsang, one does not discriminate. Just think about it. Satsang does not mean a formal gathering like this only. It could be anything what we discussed, positive thoughts, books, CDs, whatever it is. Without that, the mind does not even discriminate that what is temporary, what is permanent, what is real, what is unreal, who am I, who I am not. One doesn't know any of that. So, Vinu Satsanga Vivekana Hoi, one cannot discriminate. Ram Kripa Vinu Sulabhana Soli. And without the grace of the Lord, the Satsang does not come. Why it is said without grace of the Lord, Satsang does not happen? Because people who are seeking this truth are very, very few compared to the entire humanity. People who are seeking the truth are very few. Even in those who seek, very few manage to reach. And second reason is because our senses are so extrovert that even if we come across this knowledge, until the time is right, one doesn't bother. One says, it's here because I was. So it's not very easy to get satsang. It says, satsang comes by the grace of the Lord. And so many people who try also sincerely, not that grace of the Lord is not there with them, but some karma one has done that one is not able to focus. One keeps going, getting distracted. So, Binu Satsanga Vivekana Holi, Rama Kripa Binu, Sulabhana Soli. And Satsang is the first Soli. Sulabh means easy. Soli. What was I saying? I was saying that satsang is the first step. See, to develop anything in spiritual knowledge, in spiritual path, satsang becomes the first step. To develop devotion, in again Tulsi Ramayana, Shabari was told by Lord Ram, 9 steps of bhakti, Navada Bhakti it is called. In that the first step is satsang. Prathama bhagati santan kara sangha, dusari rati mama katha prasanga. So to develop devotion also one needs satsang. Here in Bhaja Govindam it is said satsangatve nisangatvam. To develop detachment also one needs satsang. To develop, to grow deeper in one's knowledge and discriminate, again satsang is required. That's why I said vivek. Venu satsanga vivekana holi. So whether it is discrimination or devotion or detachment, satsang is a very important aspect. Even if one wants to do karma yoga, dedication, one needs satsang. So that one knows that to what am I dedicating my work? What is that higher ideal? Why should I dedicate? How should I dedicate? So for all parts of spirituality, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, raj yoga, for all of them, one requires satsang. So this is one meaning of satsang, one aspect of satsang, that this comes to us by grace of the Lord, and hence it is said that if one has satsang in one's life, one should know that the blessings of the Lord, the grace of the Lord is specially manifesting in our life. General grace is always there, it's like the sunlight, always there. So many things that we do in life is all because of grace of the Lord. But just like if you use a, what is that, convex lens and put it in the sunlight, the rays get concentrated and focused. So then you are invoking that special power of that sun, and that paper or whatever is kept below can get burned. So in that way, satsang is a manifestation of special grace, Vishesh Kripa. One is Samanya Kripa, the general grace because of which we are alive, we are able to breathe, think, do whatever. But other is a Vishesh Kripa, that Bhagavan's special grace manifests. And hence, the idea also is that whenever an opportunity for satsang comes, one should not miss. Because it is not easy to find. Today you may say, but it is so easy, Swamiji. Whenever I want, I can just put on the channel. Astha is there, Samskar is there, Jagrana is there, I don't know how many are there, Soham is there, Shankara TV is there. So many are there. Maybe 12-15 channels are there only on spirituality. No doubt that information is available. But that connection, that bhavana, all that has to also happen. So it is not very easy, and more importantly, our mind should connect to someone. It is not just listening. Satsang must bring about surrender. That surrender happens only when there is a tuning, when there is a connection. It may happen even through the TV channel. I am not saying no, because if you listen to the katha or you listen to a discourse and you continuously follow it, it will happen, not an issue. But point is to value that satsang is a very important blessing of the Lord. Venu satsanga vivekana holi. And it is a fact that you will see that when satsang is not enough in our life, even though we know many things, the reminders are not there that continuously reinforcing the knowledge is not there. So we, in spite of knowing many things, we get distracted, deluded, we go back into the, get influenced by Maya. So many times that happens. So satsangatve nissangatvam, that satsang helps to develop detachment in life. Why satsang helps to develop detachment in life?
Use the right knowledge that you
You made aware of the truth.
You made aware of the truth, you see the right
And
knowledge,
will give you peace and happiness.
peace and happiness.
You don't give importance to unnecessary things.
Your true nature is confident.
So there is someone who is then guiding you that this is what you're doing wrong.
That is an
You
important
have a reflecting mirror.
Yeah. Because ego is very subtle. We can't see our own flaws, our own attachments so easily. In satsang, it becomes like a mirror that I start evaluating my own self from an objective standpoint based on the scriptural wisdom. So then I start evaluating, okay, am I doing this? Am I attached here? Okay, how can I be detached there? What is causing me sorrow? One starts inquiring that way. So it becomes a mirror to think about one's own self. What we saw in the previous verse, Kate, Kanta, Kaste, Putra, to sit like that and think on one's own, we may find it difficult. But when one comes to satsang, it aids that thinking and slowly develops detachment. And remember, detachment, I think we saw that earlier, no? That detachment, the more detachment we have, more loving we will be. It is not that we will become disinterested. That equation in the mind should not be that attachment is equal to love. Attachment is equal to sorrow. The greater detachment is, greater is our love. Because I am detached from my own expectations. I am more sensitive to the opposite person. So satsang does not make me indifferent. It gives me the right attitude that I can be very loving and yet be very detached. So satsangatve nissangatvam. It happens through thinking. See, important part is satsang gives detachment only when I start thinking about it. It is not because just somebody is talking and then I go there and sit happily. I automatically will get detached. Nothing will happen. Now somebody asked Gurudev that Swamiji, there are some people who are with you, who have been there with you for many years, but nothing has happened to them. They are like that only, as before. So Gurudev lifted his walking stick and he said, this stick has been with me for 25 years. Nothing will happen. If simply one is just going there, sitting there, one has to involve in satsang, think, analyze, introspect, all that has to be done. Then that is real satsang. So satsangatve nissangatvam. Detachment, when it happens, nissangatve nirmohatvam. Lots of delusory concepts that one has, they start going away. This whole Bhaja Govindam is an example of that. Just last verse was one such example. What a delusion that is to think that this is my son and my wife and get so attached to them. They are individuals in their own capacities, jivas who have come, and together we are meeting for some time to exhaust some karma. And no doubt there has to be some sense of belonging and love and duty. Whatever has to happen. But not at the cost of ignoring the truth, not forgetting the bigger picture. So one starts thinking in the right way and develops a healthy detachment. How? Because the delusions, they start becoming loose and they get destroyed. About everything, about money, we saw Mudha Jahihi, Anagama Krishna. What a delusion it is to think that when I have this much money, then I am safe and secure. Or I have achieved some status in life. Functionally, okay, but psychologically, money does not provide security. In fact, at the end of the Bhaja Govindam, again Shankaracharya will bring back this thought. He will say that artham anartham. Not only it does not bring security, it brings a lot of fear. From your own son you have fear. How many kings have been killed by their own children? So, about money, about sense pleasures, about relationships, about my attachment to work, then why do you have to keep working all the time? Why can't you just be? Lots of such delusions. When these delusions go away, our mind becomes very light. Then in meditation it just glides into the truth. Otherwise we are bogged down by lots of confusions, lots of wrong notions. So satsangatve nisangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nishchalatatvam. When the delusions go away, mind becomes steady, equanimous. We try to make the mind equanimous, retaining the delusion. So it is difficult to make the mind equanimous. It cannot remain equanimous. By some technique it cannot happen. Okay, from now onwards, every day I will do 2 malas of japa and my mind will become quiet, and through the day I will be equanimous to the pairs of opposites, heat and cold, pleasure and pain, success and failure, equanimous. It won't happen. Because the effort only is in the wrong direction. Retaining the delusions, because of which the mind fluctuates, how can I by force make the mind equanimous? When I have this wrong notion that money is the source of psychological self-esteem, when money comes, I am thrilled. Money goes, I am down. How can I not fluctuate? When I equate that this, whatever, this pizza is the source of Bhaja, then the moment I see excitement, the moment that is gone, depression. It will happen. Because the delusion is in the mind, as per the thought process, the mind will also follow. To tell the mind then that no, be equanimous, it will not work. And that's why that earlier things have to get done. Nisanga, nirmohatva, then nishchala tattva happens, equanimity of the mind. Then one doesn't fluctuate. Pairs of opposites may come and go, one will react to it, respond to it in a functional way, what has to be done. But deep down there is a source of strength and security. Nothing will disturb a person. It remains like an ocean. From the depth so strong. And then Nishchala Tattva Jivan Mukti. To know that absolute truth, a mind which is calm is very important. Because only a calm mind can turn within. A mind which is agitated, disturbed, cannot turn within. So many people do meditation to make the mind quiet. If delusions are there in the mind, meditation will not work. One will be, even if one makes the mind quiet, for a few seconds it will become quiet, again it will start wandering. So then what has to be done? That's why all this process has to be done. Shravan, Manan, listen, reflect, introspect, remove the wrong emotions. All those adjustments when they are done, then I sit for meditation. I don't have to push the mind. Mind will become quiet automatically. And in such a quiet mind, I can think about the truth and become free. That my nature is Satchidananda, I am not this body. Right now, even if I say, I am not this body, in the heart I feel I am this only. That is the delusion that is there in the heart. That I am this body. Vedanta may say I am not this body, but I am this body. And especially when there is disease and pain, so 100% confirmed I am this body and body only, nothing else. Most difficult it is to detach. Because a deep-rooted delusion is there. So lots of satsang and reflection, etc. is required. So Nishchala Tattve Jivan Mukti. Only when these delusions go, mind becomes quieter. Quiet mind you contemplate, know the truth, you become free. So this is in short that particular verse. We'll see Gurudev's talk on that.
Nirmohatvam satsangatve nisangatvam nisangatve nirmohatvam mohatve nishchalatatvam nishchalatatve jivan mukti. Nishchala Tattvam Siddhaya, I said. But how can that help me? The teacher gives you a hierarchy, step by step, how the higher awakening can come about. Satsangatve. When you do satsang, now this satsang means wherever there is a Swami opening the mouth, go and sit down. And continue the sleep that you broke at home. And it is conveniently translated, satsanga means company of the good. This is the translation. Go and sit down, good people nearby, and hope that like cold, I may get the contagion. Like smallpox or chicken pox. By the company of the patient, the healthy one also can get it. Similarly, the purity of life cannot come by companion. Yesterday in the train, what to do? I had to sleep in the same compartment with a doctor. Musibat. Today morning I got up. I only know medicine only now. I got that contagion, medical. His medical knowledge came to me. It will never happen. My father may be a great musician, but I can't become a musician because my father was a musician, unless I also train myself. Think. Satsanga doesn't mean that you go and crowd around a Swami or a Mahatma, Mahaprusha, thereby hoping that you will get it. Never. The cow that was feeding Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, was always standing in the courtyard of his ashram, and then the cow died as a cow. While his 5 great disciples became as great as Shankara. Both of them have kept company. The Rudrakshamala, which was constantly on the bosom of Shankara, remained as a Rudraksha. No change at it. The cow was very near, Satsang, company of the good, and even served Shankaracharya. Why? Milk was all taken by Shankaracharya. But the cow was constantly meditating upon green grass. Vedanta was going on there. Exposition of Vedanta was going on there. But he understood only. It's something like when I see that old peons in some of the universities, and the old man will tell you also that when the cornerstone for this foundation stone was laid, I was a worker here. I have carried all the stones and wooden things for this building on my shoulders. Then at the end of it, that man was very happy with me, and therefore they gave me this job. And thus for the last 43 years I have been in this university. Many are the people who walked through these doors. Radhakrishna, you chale gaya. Bose, you chale gaya. Very many people came and gone. And you? I was sitting all the time under the staircase. Now, how much of education he must have got? Because he was in the university not 1 year, not 4 years, not 6 years, 42 years. In that 42 years, 33 vice-chancellors came and gone. 72 principals came and gone. And all the building was refurbished, repainted, and the glasses changed 5 times. Why? Strike. It's all in my presence. These are all he knows. But what is happening in the classroom he never knew. But even though he was living in the university, we all only went in the morning, came back in the evening. And that too 3-4 years only. And each year only 132 days. The rest was all vacation. When we came out with some knowledge. How did that man, 42 years, he never got a knowledge? You got the knowledge because you not only went into the university and be in the company of professors, but you also mentally absorbed what he said. So it is not company of the good, but companionship with the good. Mental and intellectually involved. There are so many people who say that, Swamiji, this is the 23rd yajna I am attending. This chapter itself, Swamiji, 7 times I have heard. Very good. So then why don't you go to the platform? I will sit down now. Swamiji, मेरे को क्या जानते? हम सुनते हैं बस. कान पवित्र करते हैं. That is all. मन में यही विचार है कि वेजिटेबल का प्राइस तो पहले घी ऐसा था, आटा ऐसा था, आजकल देखो कितना. Listening to Vedanta and mentally identified with the bazaar rates. So then, Satsang, Sat, reality. Sangha, companionship with. So our companionship, the Om Tattva in you, is Satsang, for which a master who is talking about it, when you tune up your mind to it, chances are easily we lift ourselves to that state. Satsangatve, thus when the mind has turned in companionship with the Om, your attention of Emanda is turned with the Om, Nisangatvam automatically comes, isn't it? When the mind is turned towards the higher, the mind gets released from the lower. What we are trying to do is to release the mind from the lower. Mind releases itself from one object, and before you turn back, he has already caught another object. It is not possible. Mind cannot remain without objects. So it is natural that it is inclined to hold on to the world of OET. If I want to withdraw the mind's preoccupation with OET, get detached from the outer world, it must get attached to the higher. Think. In Rishikesh, nobody kills the monkeys, and monkey population is increasing. As they increase, there is a bitter competition among them for their food and survival. In Rishikesh, nobody does agriculture. Therefore, there are no fruits or anything. Good old days, there might have been some berries. Even that has all gone. Therefore, the monkeys are finding it rather difficult. Therefore, their ingenuity, they have discovered new methods. One of the methods is, when people from the villages come and sit down and fully attentively listen to the teacher what they are talking, Mahatmas what they are talking, Satsang, the fellow comes quietly from behind and gets on his back legs, places soft paw on your shoulders and take away your glass. He has learned. With the glass, he will jump on 3 legs and go to the nearest tree and anybody's instinct is, especially nowadays when glasses are very costly, immediate instinct is to run after the monkey. Then the Mahatma says, hey, don't do that, idhar baito. You took glass le gaya Maharaj. Never mind, you will get it, sit down. If you run after the monkey, you are another monkey. Because the monkey will swing from branch to branch, go up. Supposing you laboriously reach there, the monkey looks at you, smiles slightly and swings into the other tree. You have to come down this tree and go to the other tree. Never can you catch him. What are you talking? Then what to do? And Maharaj said that no, you will get it. So you sit down. All the night worried about the glasses. Because it's about 150 rupees. And that is all, no, without glasses, no, musibat, I can't go for my pilgrimage also. At that time, the Swami takes a plantain or a banana, opens it up and says, देखो, जाके ये पेड़ का नीचे रख लो और छुप के आ जाना यहाँ. Place the banana there under the tree and you come back. And the man sits down. The Maharaj starts his satsang goes on. The monkey sits there and watches because he knows that these earth-bound monkeys are more intelligent than these tree monkeys. And therefore he watches all around and he finds that it is all safe. He quietly comes down. And when he saw or sees that the plantain is more solid, substantial, he places that glass there in order to hold the plantain and jumps up the tree. Don't try it upon children because they have got pockets. So they will put the glass on the pocket and take the... The monkeys have no pocket, therefore it is safe. This is natural. Because it can't hold on to both, and therefore you drop one and take the other. When your mind has turned in joyous ecstasy, in contemplation towards the other, satsangatve nisangatva. It drops its clinging attachment to the world outside. Nisangatve, when you have no attachment to the world of OET. Nirmohatva, you have no moha for it. Moha comes out of attachment. Moha, burning desire. You come only because of attachment. When I have no attachment at all, do you want a bundle of old newspapers I have got? Do you want it? No. Why? No desire. I have no desire for it. Why? I have no attachment with it. I have no purpose with it. No duty. I don't want it. Where there is no attachment, no evaluation, there is no desire. Satsangatve nisangatve. Nisangatve, I have no more moha, nirmohatvam. I have no desire to acquire, to possess the world of objects outside. Nirmohatve, when desires have ended, the vasanas have ended, desires and mental agitations have ended, the mind in contemplation has shriveled away. Nirmohate nischala tattva. The vision of the tattva, the experience of the reality, nischala, continuous, unbroken. And nischala tattve, when you have awakened thus steadily into the higher state of consciousness and its vision is unbroken. Jivan mukti, liberation of the individual personality even while living in this physical body. Jivat, even while you are living. Mukti, liberation. Your mind or your individuality awakes into a new state of consciousness. Jivan mukti. That Jivan mukti state, permanent state of Jivan mukti, liberation from the limitations of the ego and awakening to the higher state of God consciousness, even while you are living here now in this body, that state is called Jivan Mukti. See the stages. When you are turned your mind to Him in devotion and you find a joy in it, your mental clinging to the world of objects becomes released. When that clinging is not there, there is no desire to acquire and possess and enjoy that. When the desire is not there, the mental oscillations are quietened. Therefore, steady experience of a higher state of consciousness. And Nischala Tattve, when you are thus awakened into that higher state of consciousness, Jivan Mukti, you gain the state of Jivan Mukti, the state of liberation, even while you are in this physical body. Jivan Mukti.
Any questions on these two verses?
I wanted to ask one thing. You said even if one meditates, unless the delusions are gone, meditation itself really serves no purpose. So what do? You continue meditating till the delusions?
No, meditation will serve a purpose, but not its true purpose of establishing in the truth. Then it will serve the purpose of only trying to make the mind single-pointed with effort. An effortless abidance in the truth will be difficult. One continues to meditate, but also one should see where the mind is wandering, because that will reveal to a person where the attachments are. There are two types of wanderings. One is idle wandering. You just wander because it has not been trained to be single-pointed. Another is wandering because there will be something which is pushing the mind from within, where it may be some suppressed emotion or some experience or some memory or some desire I want to enjoy. So because of that the mind wanders. Now that I have to find out where the mind is going. And in my daily life I have to remove the delusion about that. So that way it will help. So one should not wait that only when all my delusions go then I will meditate. That one need not do. One can continue. And you will change automatically as the delusions keep going away. Automatically from the state of trying to just concentrate, one will come to contemplation on the truth. That will happen.
So Swamiji, these stages, though they are sequential, the attempt should be to work on all the levels and then you will progress on the path naturally. So you have to work on detachment, you have to do meditation, you have to keep company of the good. So all these things have to be done together. And then
you can do together, but be aware of the relationship between each of them. That how satsang will lead to detachment. Detachment will lead to freedom from delusion. Then the mind will become more steady and then the freedom from the ego happens. So this clarity one must have. You can do together. You can specifically focus also on one particular aspect if you think that is to be worked upon more. So that also has to be.
Is meditation definitively different from contemplation? What is? I mean, why do we?
Technically speaking, yeah.
Like there are two separate events that happen.
Yeah, because there are two separate things actually. Contemplation is the practice.
Okay. But it progressively leads you towards meditation.
Yes.
Which is
the state.
The state.
Meditation is the goal. Actually, the word meditation is the goal. The state of being, the state where I abide in the truth and I know I am the absolute truth. That state is meditation. Colloquially we say I am doing meditation.
Yeah, which is why the confusion sort of arises.
So that is not correct technically. Technically it is contemplation I do and reach the state called meditation. Okay, so read the commentary for these two, and this 9th verse we will do little more when we meet again in the next class. Meanwhile you can just go through the commentary, you will get more clarity. And when is our next class? Next Sunday, 28th. Yeah. So you have 3 announcements which have been given to you. One is a camp in Siddhbari which we are doing. Siddhbari is the place where there is the Samadhi of Puja Gurudev. It is near Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh, and whose life is fulfilled, and they have attained what has to be attained, and how have they attained that. So there we have Dhanyashtakam. There will also be Swami Nityanandaji. So his satsangs will happen in the evening. What he is doing for the YEP course that one can join, and meditation will be there, and some movie workshops. That is a much more lighter camp actually. That is 12 to 15, and this is happening at Vibhuti, Chinmaya Vibhuti, which is between Pune and Lonavala. How many of you have not been to Vibhuti? Most of you. See if you can come. This will be a nice introduction. There is the life of Gurudev, which is depicted there as Chinmaya Jivan Darshan. Now very nice through murals and audio and many things are there. And the last one is on 3rd August, we are celebrating here what we call as Sadhana Day. So May 8th is Gurudev's birthday, it is called as Seva Day. And August 3rd is Gurudev's Mahasamadhi Day, so it is called Sadhana Day. So from morning 7 to evening 7, again for the first time we are trying this year. Different sadhanas we are going to do. We are going to do puja, then do japa, then listen to his talks, and then do meditation, have anecdotes, many things, all different sadhanas related to Gurudev. So that is on a Saturday, 3rd August. So you are welcome to join in any of these three. And so tomorrow is Guru Poornima. We invoke God's grace, Gurudev's blessings, and the blessings of the entire Guru Poornima. May Satsang continue in our life and may it lead us to Jivan Mukti. So on this occasion we express our gratitude to the whole Guru Parampara. So as we finish, you can come and collect this small prasad. We have, at every breath a teaching is a book by Gurudev. So some few anecdotes we have taken out from there. This is on love. There would be one on work. Yesterday we gave on love. So work wala hai to wo bhi. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. These talks that you saw are available on the DVD of Bhaja Govindam, which is here. So if anybody would like to take it, maybe during the week or next Sunday we will keep some here.